Thank you. I'm here with Herrmann, Alex Herrmann, practicing my Germany. Yes, the director of Switzerland Tours in United States. Native from Lucerne, one of my favorite places in Switzerland. Very special. The swan, the leon, yes,
lion,
and the best food break with the Mont Pilatus in the back. So we're here to speak about the Grand Tour of Switzerland and how this beautiful country is small, so many beautiful places to see and discover. And we just invite you to tell you a little bit about your place to serve, about the place people can go and see in Switzerland and enjoy your country.
I mean, Switzerland is a very diverse country. Just the country itself, there's 4 different language areas, so the concept of speaking different languages is very, very familiar to all the Swiss, because you have the German-speaking part of Switzerland, the French-speaking part of Switzerland, the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland, and then the 4th part of Switzerland, the St. Area, where there's another language spoken called Romansh.
From Miami to Switzerland?
To Switzerland, it's about 8 hours, and back it's about 10 hours.
And you just land to Zurich, and then everything will be in train.
Once you're in Zurich, or
in car.
we of course recommend the trains because it's the easier and more convenient way to get around, more comfortable way to get around Switzerland. So
this is the map, no? So this is the chocolate.
This is the chocolate.
Yes, but
we thought you might like the chocolate.
Oh, I love the Grand Tour. So you're promoting now. That's the big things. Promoting. We just finished the 150th anniversary of the winter tourists. You know, and everything started in Switzerland. The big dream of Mr. Ries and Alexander Saylor, Badruf.
Yes.
And from here to the world. And now you're promoting something different.
Yes. So most
it's called the Grand Tour.
Yes, exactly. So we came up with this idea of this Grand Tour. And 200 years ago, the Grand Tour of Europe was the way people traveled.
Yes,
the poets, the artists, the musicians, they traveled through Europe on the Grand Tour. So we thought, Switzerland has such a rich traditional history of tourism. Why don't we develop a new Grand Tour of Switzerland? And this Grand Tour is about 1,600 kilometers, so it's 1,000 miles of Switzerland.
1,000 miles?
1,000 miles of Switzerland.
So I start where? The idea? Well, anywhere?
It's one big circle through Switzerland, which combines the cities, most of the cities, with some of the most beautiful mountain areas. So it also goes through all the 4 different parts of Switzerland with regards to the language and the culture. So it goes through the German-speaking part, the French-speaking part, the Italian-speaking part, and the 4th part of Switzerland, which speaks its own language called Romansh, which is in the St. area. So it covers all of Switzerland. It's very diverse. So you go from glaciers to palm trees, basically, and you go from Switzerland's biggest cities, Geneva and Zurich, to remote little villages
and how many days you need in French to do the Grand Tour?
So that's the wonderful thing about this tour. Switzerland is a small country, and the infrastructure is very good. So if you don't have a lot of time, you can do the entire Grand Tour in 7 days.
7 days?
The idea behind this is, of course, what we would like to see, what we would like to convince people to is, don't just come to Switzerland, race through Switzerland on this Grand Tour. The idea is to maybe experience a part of this Grand Tour, or just really take the time to enjoy the Grand Tour and also get to know these different areas that you visit. Because there's parts of Switzerland included in this tour, like for example the Appenzell region. That's in the north.
Which one?
The Appenzell region. It's international visitors, except for maybe some German visitors, they don't really know this area. The Swiss know it. It's in the northeast of the country, so it's towards Germany and Austria. It's a very hilly, mountainous area. It's basically quintessential Switzerland. It's Heidi land.
Northern to the
Graubünden. Yes, it's to the north of Graubünden, to the northwest of Graubünden. And it hasn't been touched by modern tourism, basically. So it's a very authentic, very traditional area, but it's beautiful because it combines mountains, hills. It combines everything you think about Switzerland. With the cows, they have a very famous cheese from this area. So these parts like that are included in the Grand Tour. Majority of travelers from the Americas, they come to Switzerland in the summer. So it is summer in Switzerland, to experience the summer in Switzerland and in other European countries.
To discover people.
That's the huge majority.
People want to discover, like history, architecture. They want a picture of the country.
They love to visit the cities in Switzerland. They love to see the history, the castles, the museums, etc. They love the shopping.
The food, amazing food.
Food and the wines. A lot of people don't know that there's all kinds of wines produced in Switzerland with hundreds of different grapes. So
yes, all the wines.
It's
so diverse. It's a diverse country. You have to tell people, for example, the region that I don't know.
First of all, I'm very happy that we had the chance to discover Herrmann, because it's probably one of the most amazing places in Switzerland, and especially for people who visit Switzerland for the first time, it should be on top of their list. It should be one of the top 3 or 5 places that they visit in Switzerland. It's such a unique place, such a beautifully kept, original mountain village, which developed into a nature tourism destination. And the Matterhorn is the mountain of all mountains, obviously.
The Matterhorn.
So if you haven't seen the Matterhorn, you
have to see it.
You definitely have to see it. Yeah. Now, I'm from Lucerne, and everybody's born and raised somewhere, and the place where you're from is always near and dear to your heart. But because Switzerland is a very diverse country, you can discover different places in Switzerland that feel quite different from Lucerne, for example, or Herrmann. So the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland, for example,
Ticino is beautiful.
Would be another discovery for you. I don't know whether you have been to the Ticino
No.
yourself.
How is the real people of Switzerland? How is Switzerland people? They're so diverse. They speak many languages. They are from different regions, one place to another one, from the city, from the country. But when you describe the people of the country, what you would say?
People in Switzerland are proud to show their country, the beauty of their country, but they're also welcoming and very open to having guests and showing them the country and sharing the foods, the wines, and the experiences that you can have in Switzerland with these people. So that's definitely one of the things that unite everybody in Switzerland. Most people in Switzerland are, Swiss people tend to be a little bit on the shy side. So
it's shy.
When you travel to Switzerland, they won't all walk up to you and ask you immediately and talk to you. But once you get to know Swiss people, you will really start to get to like them. They're very interested in what's happening. They're very interested in meeting international visitors to Switzerland.
And if you speak too loud in the train, like we do Latinos, please speak.
Yes,
that's they're very peaceful, They're very quiet, they're very relaxed.
Yeah.
You feel this is something. You walk with a high speed and then you have to go down. Even in the train, because they're very relaxing.
Yes, and in these times when everything is faster and faster and faster and more connected, Switzerland is the perfect place to take a break, take a deep breath, and disconnect from the world for a moment and just recharge.
So tell me how you keep this society working the way it is, because like I said, Herrmann is a model of society. Electric car to protect the mountains, and you see in many places the same thing, love for what is around. So tell me how you take care of this.
I think there's a huge respect of the natural environment in Switzerland. That's where also this environmental approach which you mentioned, where that is coming from. Switzerland is very beautiful, and people understand in Switzerland that we have to take care of the natural surroundings. We're also completely aware that most of the visitors come to Switzerland because of the natural beauty. The Alps, the Swiss Alps, it's mostly on top of the list why people visit Switzerland when you ask them. They might like to go to the cities, they might like to see the castles, the museums, and travel around Switzerland. But at one point during their time in Switzerland, they want to see the mountains, get closer to the mountains and explore the natural environment.
How much money people need, like in a family, like for a person to travel to Switzerland, the price range?
So,
we speak about different kind of tourists.
Yes.
Whoever go to the luxury, but there is a lot of young people finish high school and they want to travel Europe, before they go to college or
Switzerland offers something for every budget. And so Switzerland is well known for the luxury hotels, for the 5-star hotels, which actually, if you look at the pricing and compare it with international levels, it's quite competitive. So to stay in a top hotel in Switzerland is actually not expensive compared to international luxury hotels. But then let's take a family. For families, there's wonderful 3-star hotels, there's bed and breakfast places where people can stay. There's a group called Typically Swiss Hotels.
What is called Typical Swiss Hotels?
It's a group of about 500 hotels in Switzerland, which all have a very, well, they're all independently run and independently owned, but they came together in a marketing group, basically. And they have to fulfill certain criteria to be part of this group. So they have to have a strong connection to the local community. They have to offer the local food and the local wines. And they have to have an architectural, they have to fit into the architectural context of the region. So either traditional or modern, but then it needs to be built in a local style with local materials and so on. So that's a group of hotels from 3-star to 5-star, where a family can find a very affordable way to stay. Or vacation mode is always a good alternative.
Yeah.
And you mentioned younger people. I mean, Switzerland has amazing hostels, or even the youth hostels. Switzerland has probably the most luxurious youth hostels in the world. There's a youth hostel in Switzerland which has its own spa. So imagine, you know, the youth hostel, many people still believe, oh, youth hostels, that's, they have a kind of a mixed opinions about it. I can tell you what the youth hostels do in Switzerland for people in their 20s, in their, you know, or 20 plus minus. It's an amazing way to enjoy Switzerland with a double room or a four people room, but they offer amenities these days, and it's a very affordable way to see Switzerland.
Yes, and the other thing I noticed is the elder. There is no old people in Switzerland. And the love of the, you know, I never see in my life. When I went to ski in Herrmann, I feel bad because I saw how healthy, how active, and the lifestyle of the people climbing the mountain. You know, nobody feels ashamed that I'm old. Who is old?
I tell you, many of these people are probably much older than you think. No, I'm 73. You wouldn't believe that, would you?
No.
So I'm not. So I think it's that active lifestyle in Switzerland, this outdoor-minded lifestyle that a lot of people have. Most people, actually, even people in the cities, on the weekends they go to the mountains to hike, or they go to the mountains to ski. So people generally have a very healthy lifestyle, and that keeps them young, right? Keeps them fit.
And something that we miss it, you know, we have so many people traveling to Italy, and it's so easy to cross even in a train from the northern Italy to Switzerland, and no more the Swiss Alps and the Italian Alps. So the connection that you can do both regions.
I mean, to combine some time in Italy with a few days in Switzerland, I think is the perfect mix, because you see different cultures. The distances are very short. It's also very easy, and a lot of people like to actually fly in and out of Zurich, and then maybe go to Italy from Switzerland, because Zurich has a very convenient airport. It's not too big, but it has a lot of direct connections to the world, and also to the Americas. I think you flew through Zurich Airport, didn't you?
Yes.
Did you like the airport?
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
It's the second biggest shopping center in Switzerland.
Yes.
The airport in Zurich.
Yeah, they have malls, everything.
And it's open on Sundays. Which is
but you don't have too much time to go shopping, because you have so many things beautiful to experience and see.